All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to GGRating.
What's going on?
I am
Thank y'all
Gray.
for joining us back.
Yes.
I'm Gino.
And we're going to bring you some GG ratings for some fantastic games. First, we're going to start out with our introduction. I am Gray, one of the G's in GG Rated. I am a longtime friend of Gino, and we both like video games. That's pretty much what you need to know right now.
I'm Gino. As he stated, longtime friends. Both love some video games. I think we need to add that we are fathers, right?
Yes.
So, occasionally we would throw out some gems out there to play with the kids as well. But we got some good ones today on today's show, I think.
That's right. On today's show, we got some good ones. Sorry. So, So, man, have you had a pretty good week?
Been busy, but it's been pretty good.
Nice.
Been not too bad. It's been hot. So hot over here.
It is
in
hot.
Alabama, man.
We're
everywhere.
Alabama, yeah. If you can't tell by the accents, we're from Alabama.
I'm tearing up this milk chocolate right now.
Mm-hmm. And I am married to my sister.
That's what they probably all think since we're from Bama, right?
I'm just kidding. This my cousin.
Well, my cousin. It's second cousin. It's okay.
Second cousin's fine. Yeah. Anyways, let's keep this train moving. Segment 1 is gonna be our favorite gaming moment from this past week. Favorite gaming moment from this past week. So I've been playing this game called Summer Catcher. I ended up catching it on sale on Steam, dude, for like 85% off. I paid, how much did I pay for it? I paid $1.19. Dude, it's 90% off now. I wonder if it's always been like that. Anyways, it was like $1 something, 90% off. Usually goes for about $12. It's a great indie pixel graphics game, side scrolling, where you choose these different abilities to do on a cart that's going through the woods. That's very vague, but I'm gonna explain some more of that later. My favorite part of this game was just exploring in the woods, and there was a moment where, out of nowhere, the gameplay stops after you crash, and it does something different. So already it's like, what's going on? And I walk up on this like majestic giant deer, and it was like the coolest moment that I had this week of like, whoa, this game, there's more to it than I thought there was, and it was really neat. So that was my favorite.
Like
moment.
When you say majestic deer, I need some elaboration on this. Like,
so it's like a magic deer of the forest. So it made me think of, have you ever seen Princess Mononoke?
Yeah, of course.
Princess Mononoke is an anime. It's about like spirits and stuff in the forest. It was basically a forest spirit, is what it seemed like to me. It had like giant antlers with like bells all over them and lights or something, and it was glowing.
I got a picture.
It was cool, and it ends up it gives you a bell to like have and to ring.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, dude, it was awesome. Like,
how much you said you got this game for?
I got it for $1 something, dude. $1.19 right now. Like,
I have to snag that up then when we get off of here.
It's so good. It's fun. But yeah, that was my favorite gaming moment. How about you?
Well, PlayStation recently released old Ratchet Clank here on PC recently, so I decided to snatch it on up. It was, newsflash, it was not $1. It was a lot more dollars, but being a longtime fan of Ratchet Clank, from the early PlayStation days, I was kind of excited that they brought it to PC. so you can actually see what it's like to with the wormholes. And they said that only SSD on a PS5 could do. So I was really tempted to see how that works. Well, I haven't tried it on my PC yet, but you'd be happy to hear I tried it on my Steam Deck. So I would say that so far it's been pretty good, man. The biggest moment I had so far since I've been playing it for a couple hours has to be when you first go through these wormholes. Like I went through one, and then you had like this. You're trying to get away from the boss, and there's so much going on. But it's like the moment of like every time you go through this wormhole, it's like a whole new just world, and it's not empty, you know. Um,
Yeah.
so it's that was just kind of amazing to me. It kind of sucked you in the
Yeah.
atmosphere playing it. So
So it was
uh,
really immersive.
I know it's very immersive. I'm still at the very beginning of this game, but I'm only like 2 or 3 hours in, honestly. But just the way when you went through the wormholes and you can just pull yourself through them and stuff. Like I was facing one boss and he was shooting like flames and rockets at me. And on one end, you can't get away from it. And I figured out when you turn to your right, you can actually grab that wormhole and bring yourself to it to get away from the boss, from the
Ooh.
attacks. So it
Hitting
was
like
super cool to.
L1 or something, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
L1. Yep. Yep. So
that's
far it's
cool.
been pretty cool. Really liked Ratchet and Clank so far.
That's awesome, man. That sounds like a pretty fun gaming moment with some like weird portals and stuff like that. I always enjoy things like that. Cool.
Absolutely.
So, next segment, let's go into the news. News.
Did that perfectly. I just want to throw that out there.
Let's
Man, let me tell
do
you
it.
about. Let me throw out the biggest thing so far that I've seen with the news is this Twitch streamer.
Uh huh.
Um, I'm just gonna say his name is Kyle or whatever. I forget his last name, but he was giving out PlayStation 5s. Okay, he's a huge Twitch streamer. He was gonna give out a lot of PS5s in New York City. Um, it's made national news to the point um so bad that when he goes to New York City at Times Square, I think it is, or I forget exactly where in New York City, it just all out chaos ensues where destruction, all these teenagers just going around, as we've seen a lot in this in history lately.
Uh huh.
In the United States, they just demolishing everything. Police had to get called, riot teams, they had to disperse the crowds. They was
Dang.
trying to get parents to show up to get their kids. None of the parents were there. It was so bad they ended up having to arrest the streamer for causing all this, which he
Wow.
did. And there was a whole big controversy about that. But I mean, when you sit here and you're going to do something like that and you call this, I think you got to have some kind of consequences. But
Yeah.
what's your thoughts on that, though? I mean, do you think he should be charged with that, or do you
I
think?
mean, was like he really going out of his way to like make a disturbance? Was there intent there? See, because I've been watching
Yeah,
Suits, so I'm pretty much a professional lawyer now, and just trying to see if there was intent to actually do a
that
crime.
show is so awesome.
I know it's a great show.
Shows. Um, I don't know. It's kind of like I feel like half of you is saying this and half of you not because I can only see half of your face right now, even though we're doing the podcast. But I will say that that show Suits is amazing. B. Harvey Updike, but the intent is the good thing that you said on it. I feel like I don't know all the details on it. All I know is that he went there without. See, if you're going to do something that major, you need to contact your local police department, right? You need to
Right.
let them know and say, hey, you know, I'm selling PS5s. I need, I want this area. This is where we're going to be at. Maybe even pay security. He probably makes millions of dollars because he's such a big streamer. If he's giving out PS5s, I'm just assuming here, but I mean, you can even hire officers to kind of maintain it, make a line, have a game plan. You can't just show up somewhere giving away PlayStation 5s and expect everybody to be calm and about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People were being seen on top of cars, dancing on top of cars at one point. I mean, it was insane. It was insane.
Yeah. Well,
But
it's yeah, and this was where at now? This was in
New York City, New
New
York
York
City.
City. Well, if they're gonna let people riot and not get charged, then they should let people get PS5s, maybe, and not get charged.
Well,
And I'm like,
well,
I'm not even trying to be political or anything. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. As long as
I
they
think
weren't,
people need to be charged. If they're going to act like that, I
yeah,
think
like
at
as long
some
as
point
they
you have to
weren't.
make an example.
Oh, for
You have
sure.
to.
I don't think like as long as there wasn't any like damage or anything being done, like leave them alone. But yeah, was there like a lot of damage? Was there a lot of destruction and stuff?
There was a ton. I mean, they
Yeah,
had a
yeah.
call out. They had a news. They had like a news conference on. It made national news. I mean, there was thousands and thousands of kids, and they was just breaking windows to cars. They
Oh yeah,
were
yeah, definitely.
damaging everything. You know,
Uh-huh.
it wasn't calm and collected at all.
Yeah,
So I feel like at some point, because this is not the first time this has happened, right? You see it a lot in
sure.
California and a lot of other places too, but you have to set an example and say, hey, this is not right, this is not okay. And I hope that like they get assistance from the FBI or something, and maybe they can identify some of these individuals and they can arrest them at a later time.
Sure.
Some of these teenagers, you know, to let them know like, hey, if you come out here and you do this, there's a consequence for that, you know,
Yeah,
for your
and
actions.
if I'm not mistaken, it has kind of turned into a political thing, hasn't it? With them bringing
It has.
charges against the streamer.
It
So
has. It
yeah,
has.
it's getting
Just based on
really
his right, just because of his race.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
and you got to look. You got to stop looking at that. I said you can't ignore it, but at the same time, I just want to say you have to hold people accountable for their
Oh yeah.
actions. You see what I'm
Black
saying?
or
Like,
white, love
yeah,
everybody, but also treat everybody the same when it comes to the law. Like I think.
absolutely, absolutely,
And that's if you're white or you're black. Like
yeah,
there shouldn't be a difference there. But the main thing is we should love everybody, black and white,
yeah,
Mexicano, Filipino, whether you
yep.
like really spicy food or not, whether you're a Cajun
Cajun.
or just a white dude. Yeah, like I don't
So
know.
if y'all don't know this, guys, I'm from New Orleans, and my family is, and I was actually raised in Alabama. Uh, Technically, with Josh, like we went to school together, young
Mm-hmm.
age.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody knows I'm Cajun. I love to cook, obviously, like a true Cajun,
Yep.
and you hear it every once in a while. You know, I think Josh came over many a nights for
I
some
did.
gumbo and
I
stuff.
did.
So
It was excellent. Always enjoyed those nights.
absolutely.
Good stuff, dude. Awesome. Well, thanks for giving us the news, Gino.
Yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Next segment.
You win. Well done.
Our GG rating. So, we're going to talk about our GG rating. What is it? What is this podcast even about? What are we doing here? How tall am I? Just kidding about that last part. 5'11", I think. Used to be maybe taller, but, you know, maybe I'm slouching or something. I don't know.
Only 5'11" I know is the pants. So, that's the brand.
5'11" tactical, baby.
That's the only thing I'm ever going to see 5'11".
Yeah. So let's talk about the GG rating. What is it? Our world-renowned GG rating is the industry standard for ratings. Our GG rating tells you if this is a good game and worthy of your time. GG boys, GG. So basically, we're gonna break it down. We're gonna break down graphics, music, story, gameplay, multiplayer function, fun factor. We're going to average all those scores up, and it's going to come out to our GG rating. So that's what the GG rating is. Do you have anything to add or take away, Gino?
No, I just want to reiterate. You see the GG, you know, good game.
That's right.
That's kind of what we stand for here, right? I know it's Gino in gray, so it kind of incorporates into that. I think we
That's
talked
right.
about,
Yeah.
but at the same time, good games, right? And I
That's
think
right.
the good game rating from Gino and Gray is where it's going to be the standard, where we're not just going to talk about the normal stuff that they talk about, but we're also going to give that extra layer knowing that it's coming from us, from just the casual players that's just finding these new games, playing these new games, playing them with the kids, playing them, over 30
Right.
years of experience, I think is going to give that extra element on
I
these
agree.
ratings, I feel like.
I agree,
So,
especially yeah, man, because we've grown up through all these different times of gaming and have a lot of perspective, and probably going to find, if you're a listener out there around our age, you're probably going to find yourself kind of agreeing or even disagreeing, but at least having the same perception on some of these things, man, because like we started out in Nintendo. Like there's a lot of people nowadays that don't even know nothing about that OG NES, man. Like, come on. So starting from there, and
well,
now we're at PlayStation 5. Like, what is going on?
well,
And
can I say
PC.
this too?
Sure,
Can I
yeah.
say this too, Greg, real quick?
Go ahead.
Something I feel like, and you tell me if I'm wrong, I feel like we came through an age of games where third parties and everybody, first party, they was fighting so hard for your money for these games, right?
Yeah.
So you have, and it was mostly, a lot of them was single player, a lot of them, and it had a lot of great stories that you see that now these companies are coming back to, in doing remasters to these stories. And what's the reason for that? Because of just the time and just the stories. You can't, like God of War and stuff, you have all these same characters from when we was young.
Yep.
That started out, and they just keep going back to them because it works. It just works. And I feel like we had that experience from playing ever since you said the NES, right? All the way up Super Nintendo, PlayStation 2, all this stuff, Xbox. And I feel like we can give that pointer in that experience that nobody else can give.
Too. Yep. And like nowadays, my main thing is usually I'm on the Steam Deck. So I'm basically a PC player, gaming on Linux, baby, putting in that Proton so that I can play some other games. Like, it's a fun experience. Tweaking,
you got me
baby.
Hooked.
Tweaking.
That's how I'm playing Ratchet and Clank right now.
Yeah,
you got me hooked.
Tweaking. So, yeah, dude. So, like, what do you say we go right into our games and kind of break down each of our games, and then we can go into our rating? How about that?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay.
Tell us about Summer Catchers.
Let's go into it. Our game breakdown.
New high score!
Summer Catchers, baby. Summer Catchers is basically a pixel graphic side-scrolling adventure, baby. I don't know why I'm saying baby so much, but embark on an epic road trip adventure of a lifetime in Summer Catchers. With your trusty wooden car, you must travel to distant lands full of mystery, strange creatures, and exciting races in your quest to finally experience summer. However, the journey won't be easy. Driving through shadowy forests, dark swamps, vast valleys, and underground cities, you will encounter obstacles and larger-than-life situations. With your trusty travel bag in hand, you can work your way through these uncharted lands, and just like in real life, find a few friends and secrets along the way. The key features of this is a unique arcade game that mixes racing, story, rhythm, and puzzle elements all into one. Uncover all the mysteries and events of this beautiful pixel art world. Discover unique abilities and upgrade your car to ride in style. Replay the game to find all the hidden corners the fast traveler might have missed. So I say, before I go into my rating and everything, I want to play a little bit of audio of this game. And I just decided I'm actually going to play something different than we talked about. I'm going to play the trailer here. So
okay, I'm going to go ahead and switch on over, and we'll play it out.
All right. Got that?
Yeah. Love the style.
Oh, there's a magic deer.
The kind of retro style I'm really liking.
So what you're mainly hearing right now is the music. So basically, I think you get it there. And then I'm going to play a little bit of this other part to kind of
Can
show.
I just say the graphics on this thing, like I know you kind of go into it, but I really like the kind of retro feel it has to it. You know, the side strolling and stuff. So
yeah,
really, really cool.
It's really neat, and like when they talk and stuff, it's so cute. I'm about to play it.
Yeah,
you can see what I'm talking about. This is when the game starts, and you kind of hear how it starts off, and she meets the the bear, which she calls a bear, but it's actually a wolf.
That's sleeping?
No. This is the girl. She just woke up and she poked her head out of the bushes.
It's like everything's kind of square, kind of like a Minecrafty feel to it as well.
Yeah, it does have kind of a Minecrafty feel, and the bushes remind me of Super Mario for some reason.
Mm-hmm. It does. Kind of that backdrop.
Yeah. So they're about to start talking to each other. Hey. It's so cute, dude. Like,
it is.
And then I'm just
the subtitles are like really clean though.
Yeah, super clean. And I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit to some music and gameplay. So she just went through some obstacles. She was supposed to
she's riding a car right now, just smashing through everything, through the ice.
Yep. So that's just a little bit of it.
Car? Do you get to control this car?
So do you see those boxes on the side there? You're choosing different actions to use. So like the jump, and then you got a shield out in front of you is what that little thing is there. Then you got a rocket boost, and as you progress in the game, you get more stuff to overcome different obstacles, basically. And in that aspect, it can get repetitive, but they add twists on it to where it stays fun.
That seems pretty neat. I'm gonna have to snatch that up after.
I think it's definitely worth it, man. I think it's definitely worth it, especially like even just to be in that atmosphere and like hear the music is really chill, and I enjoy my time in there.
I might just use. I think you already bought it, so we game share, so that's always a plus.
Yeah, you could definitely just do that. You could download it and give it a shot when I ain't on there. Give it a shot when I ain't on there, boy. I just went full country on y'all. But yeah,
we warned them ahead of time about Alabama. We
did,
you know.
So I'm just gonna break it down real quick so that you can get into your game. Summer Catchers. The graphics are pixel, beautiful, and smooth. The gameplay is so smooth. It's so smooth, smoother than every other game. Main character could look better though. Like, I found myself not really being able to tell because you can buy different hats and stuff, and to me they didn't, like, you can't really tell a lot where her head begins and where everything else ends. But still a cute character. Just I wish they would have done a little bit more work on the main character as far as the pixels go.
Yeah.
So the pixel graphics, other than that, are beautiful. Could have more pop when action happens. So I gave that part of it an 8.5. Music is very unique and atmospheric, sets the tone for the style of the game and tells a story, and the levels progress. So you're not always in the same area. You're going to different areas. You're finding new characters. Like, I've only been through 2 or 3 areas, and I've already met some really interesting characters. Like,
cool.
It's been really fun. So the music is excellent. I give it a 9.5. It just fits, and the note that plays when you crash your cart has a sense of danger, yet it's hopeful. So, and when you play the game, you're gonna hopefully see what I'm talking about there. So,
hey, I did like the music. The music was good.
Yeah. So the gameplay is repetitive, of course, because this is the type of game it is. You're gonna play this same loop over and over, but it's fun. Where the game shines is how it tells the story and progresses the levels. The characters are interesting and gives you a sense of excitement as you meet new ones, as it breaks up the gameplay when you meet these other characters too. Um, so the story and the gameplay, I'd say the gameplay really shines here. The gameplay is a fun loop, but it seems it could have just a little bit of something extra on the gameplay just to break it up a little bit more.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of something to push it over the top. But the
Yeah.
story so far is a solid 9. Like I am engaged. I'm excited to meet other characters.
Really?
Yeah, man. Like it's really neat.
So so you think the story is the strong suit of it?
Yeah, because basically, like, she's trying to find the beach. Like, she's trying to find the ocean, and she's trying to get out of the woods, and she's meeting all these interesting, like, animals and stuff along the way, and they don't over-explain everything. So there's, like, so much, a bunch of questions that you ask yourself, and that's what amazed me is that they were able to tell so much with so little in a pixel art game. Like,
That's pretty
really,
cool. Yeah.
yeah. So I give the story a 9 so far, and I give the gameplay an 8. Like they could like mix it up a little bit more, but I give that an 8. So the game has a shared split screen too, by the way. So if you do buy the game, we could play it together.
Oh, well, that means I have to buy it. I mean,
yeah, but it's
that's
$1. But it's
yeah.
$1, so you know.
Never mind. I
yeah. So we could play split screen
guys,
together.
let me say right now, let me stop the video right there. Guys, if you like and subscribe, just make sure it helps us out a lot. It keeps the lights on around the house. It helped me with these games. Thank you. All right, that was my plug.
Yep. For $1, you can buy a game. In the arms of
Play the music. Play that music.
Fly away. So yeah. I didn't rate the multiplayer because I haven't played that. So, but the fun factor, I'm going to go into that easygoing game to jump back into and chill with the excellent music and lovely pixel graphics. The loop is fun and the experience is hopeful and happy. How about that? A happy game, like it's not all serious and
doomy gloom.
Guts. Yeah. So I give that
yeah.
part of it a solid 9. I find myself wanting to come back for more, and it only cost me $1 and some change. So, based on the ratings, drum roll, please.
Let's go!
I give it a 8.8. Yay!
Okay.
GG rating 8.8. I say it's absolutely worth your time, and that's.
I thought it would have went into the 9s. Honestly, the way he's talking,
but so it's close. So I think if they would have mixed up the gameplay a little bit more, added that little extra, and there might be extra in the end of the game. I don't know, but. Just that little bit extra would have pushed it over a 9.
Great, I like that, man. That's not bad at all. It's making me want to go try out the game, and you have no excuse for $1 to go try it out. So, it's something I'm gonna have to go back to and maybe talk about later on.
Yep.
So you want to go into my game to see what we got here?
Yeah, let's go into it now for Gino's turn.
We're going to do the Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, which is originally a PS5 exclusive, right? PS5's been kind of throwing some towards PC. So it's an intergalactic adventure, or back with a bang, with Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Go dimension hopping with Ratchet and Clank as they venture onto a PC near you for the very first time. So this is the first time they are on PC. Help them take an evil emperor from another reality as you jump between the action-packed worlds and beyond. With their own universe next in the firing line, dust off the dynamic pair's outrageous weaponry and stop a dimensional collapse in its tracks. So, and there's a little bit more onto it, but I say we start what you said with the graphics, right? So, I think the graphics are kind of, when I first started off, when you looked at it, I don't know if this is intentional or not, but it's kind of fuzzy at first.
Yeah. I think that's the upscaling that it's doing on the Steam Deck, on the FSR.
The fur that's on Ratchet, because it's kind of like a fox, I guess you could say. is kind of fuzzy, but I kind of got used to it very, and everything else looks great. Um, but I'm also playing on the Steam Deck now. I'm not playing on the PC with a
Sure.
higher graphics card and all. So it's doing very well on a Steam Deck.
Mm-hmm.
Um, as far as graphics wise as well, is the worlds that you go into is just there's so much busyness, if you know what I mean. Like it's
Yeah.
not empty. It's got so much stuff around.
Yes.
Um, so I think the graphics is great. I'll give it because it's on the Steam Deck, and this is Steam Deck rating. I would say too would be I would say at least an 8. I would say an 8 because it's still mesmerizing. Okay,
Yeah.
but music is more of a dialogue, kind of more like a movie. When you're playing it does cutscenes and all, and you hear talking a lot and stuff. They got background music, but it's not like yours where it's just kind of you can really focus on the music on the game.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't really give any kind of attention to the music on this thing. Um, the story, I think, is the strong suit of this game. Um, that's the main reason I bought this game because I wanted more single player kind of aspects, right? When I'm
Mm-hmm.
playing, I want sometimes you just want to sit back and you just want to play a single player game and just kind of chill out and just have some fun, no stress, right? And this
Right.
game is 100% that game where you can sit around the you're just shooting things and things are happening, and then all of a sudden, boom, there's another cutscene. There's another cutscene, and you're like kind of like watching a movie, kind of like a luminous movie. Um, so the story kind of goes about Clank making a time portal. Clank is making a time portal gun so that Ratchet can go back and find his kind. You know, he's kind of seems iffy about doing that, but before he can do so, the enemy, the boss, Nefarious Juggernaut or Nefarious, steals the gun, and while they're trying to get it back from Nefarious, it ends up breaking the gun, and it sends everything into straight chaos. I mean, might as well be in New York City, what we just talked about in the news, right? But it brings everything into chaos. So there's like wormholes everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Um, and you just travel. And like I said, I've only like 2 or 3 hours in, but you keep going back to that story and ends up that Nefarious goes into a timeline where he's the emperor. He's the big top guy, top enemy. And so far so good. The story is the best. I would definitely give that a 9.5 so far. Gameplay is smooth. It's when you're shooting the different guns. You get all kinds of different guns that you can choose, and you can upgrade those guns. It kind of has like a tree tier system. Um, and you have grenades and stuff, but the guns are so smooth when you're aiming FPS wise.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really great. Um, you have a hammer as well that you can kind of sling and kind of throw at people, throw at enemies, kind of hit things. And the hammer is actually really nice to use as well when you get low on ammo. So you do have to keep your ammo up. But I will say that the gameplay is really top tier. That you can tell that they really use that. You can keep your action of running around. So when you're running and stuff, your movement and everything while you're shooting, and if you want to do something, you're able to do that. You're not restricted. You don't feel restricted. Um, so the other category I'll go into the multiplayer. Unfortunately, Josh, it is no multiplayer.
Mm.
But it would be nice if they had kind of like a co-op, kind of like on your game. Definitely being a $70 game, right? No
Sure.
more $60, $70.
Yeah.
Um, Overall, the fun factor, man, absolutely great. Kind of pulls on my nostalgia a little bit, being Ratchet and Clank playing the older games, but
Sure.
at the same time, just how hectic it gets in this
Yeah.
game and how you just playing it on the Steam Deck and you got that feel and you playing it right there and you just playing on the
Right.
couch. The fun factor is awesome on that game, and that's why I've only had like 1 or 2 sittings and I played hours each time because I
Yeah.
can't put it down.
Dude, I
So
actually let my son play it a little bit today and like he loved it. He
yeah,
was like, "This is
yeah.
so fun." And that's the type of game I wouldn't mind him playing all the way through because there's really it's Ratchet and Clank. I mean, like I don't think there's anything to worry about as far as content wise.
I'm gonna get my daughter. to try it out as well. Because what did I say last time? I want them to start playing these kids to start playing these story based games
Yeah.
instead of these cash grab games, microtransactions, and let's get them more into these games, But
Yep.
overall, the GG rating for Ratchet and Clank right now, I would have to give on the Steam Deck a solid 9. Solid
Yep.
9.
Nice.
9 out of 10. It lacks a multiplayer. That's why I can't give it a bump up. I can't give it more than that because of the graphics, But I'm playing on the Steam Deck, so it can only be better if you're on PC, right?
For sure.
Yeah, so I'll give it a solid 9 out of 10 for our GG rating. Clank ripped apart.
Yeah, and dude, I think that's pretty spot on, even with the little bit that I played. And I think too, a good thing for people to know is that I think a lot of games that we do play are going to be on the Steam Deck. So we might have to adjust our GG ratings to like put that in, like, hey, these are Steam Deck reviews too. So I don't know if I'm going to mess around with that. Maybe put that in the title.
We might have to look at that. Yeah.
Yeah. So we might just be like Steam Deck reviewers, actually.
The way we're looking at, because we play mostly on the Steam Deck a lot lately, right?
Yeah, I might put that in the title, Steam Deck reviews of this and this,
Hey, I do have one other bonus news. If you want to go over that real quick.
Yeah, dude. So we're done with the GG ratings now. Let's go into the
GG rating.
Bonus news.
Game not over.
All right, so the bonus news I have is something real quick. I saw this past week, Xbox console players just got a huge update. They've been asking for it, and Xbox actually delivered. Okay, and what they did is on the dashboard, all the tiles that they had used to cover up the whole entire back of the dash. So anytime you had these really cool Master Chief backgrounds, dynamic backgrounds, you couldn't see it.
I got a sweet background on mine.
Yeah, that's what I don't know if you was able to get it yet, but they're supposed to be slowly releasing it. But they moved all the tiles down, shrunk the tiles. Now, I do think that they should make the second row of the tiles, they should disappear that and make the other one, But I think that what they're doing, they're listening to the customers. And I think it's huge that they actually released that and actually kept their word and said they're working on it. And they actually done it.
Wow.
And I think it looks great. It looks great.
Man, Xbox is so good about stuff like that. They're really engaging with their community, and they've been doing these things too. Well, they will actually celebrate other games and other platforms too. Not only their own, but they'll talk like really positive about PlayStation and about others.
When God of War was released or Tears of the Kingdom, Phil Spencer gave congratulations to both companies whenever they released those games. Yeah.
Real class act, man. I'm a huge Xbox fan for that reason as well as others. So, yeah, that's really interesting news, man. Thanks for the update on that. Everybody be on the lookout for your new dashboard on Xbox. Yeah. So, we went through 2 GG ratings for Summer Catchers and the new Ratchet and Clank game. What is the name of that game? Ratchet and Clank what?
Rift Apart.
Rift Apart.
Yep.
Because it's on PC now, baby. So that's awesome. So let's see. I guess that's it, huh?
I think that's it. I think we covered everything for this episode. What you think?
I think it's excellent, and I thank you, sir, for being here and for being so awesome.
Yeah, I appreciate you too, man. I appreciate everybody stopping by, just hearing us out, and hopefully they got something out of it.
Hopefully they did. Well, I just want everybody to know I love you, I like you, and I'll see you next time.
See y'all the next time around. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Peace.